Greetings and salutation. It is what's poppin' with your boy Random, talking about all things pop culture with a particular flair for the subculture. And in this video, we want to deal with some Godzilla. Now, this is not a movie review or recap. I mean, the movie's been out for months, but it is an anticipation to the epic Titan battle, Godzilla versus Kong. And at first blush, who are we kidding? It's really not going to be much of a competition. Although they have extended or grew Kong to, because he's normally like about 40 feet, 50 feet. Now he's over 100 feet tall, which is great, but still not enough for Godzilla, who's over 300 feet. So he's going to have some more growing to do. The good news is in Kong Skull Island, they said that he's still young and he's still growing. So that is good. Now, shortening the gap in the size advantage is a good start, but it is not enough. Okay, so sure, growing Kong to get him over 300 feet, that way they were real close. I mean, Godzilla can be slightly taller. That's fine. That's not a problem. But again, that is still not quite enough. Not quite enough. You still need more. Why? Because if we look at the villains, or I should say the competition that Godzilla has faced over the years, my goodness, the guy, I mean, it's epic. Okay, it's epic, and they've had varied ability. So let's just be honest. Kong is basically a gorilla. Okay, and that's not to slight him or anything like that. It's just stating the fact. He's basically a gorilla. That is not enough. We have to believe that there is a chance that Kong can win. We have to believe that, because you have to remember, when you look at Kong Skull Island, he was getting injured, although it didn't hurt that much, but he was getting injured by gunfire from helicopters. When it comes to Godzilla hardly even feels it. Okay, it's his hide is so tough, so he hardly even feels it. Then, what are some of the other things we have to look at? I mean, look at the helicopter blade, the propeller blade. It cut Kong's hand. Okay, we have seen and witnessed the sheer destruction of that atomic breath. Okay, now couple that with it going up against a Titan that is essentially a gorilla. So what am I getting at? What I'm getting at is that Kong has to have some more abilities. Now, what we'd have to do is go along the lines of something that we can believe. Okay, some people say the lightning hands and stuff like that. That's fine. That's fine. But is that enough? No. Okay, so what you have to start is where he is right now. Basically, we can believe if they go ahead and make his height more comparable, come in within about 20 feet of the height of Godzilla, which will put him over 300 feet. We can believe, okay, Kong is stronger than Godzilla. Nobody will really scoff at that. That's fine. Kong going to have more reach than Godzilla. No one's going to really scoff at that. I mean, he's a gorilla, for Pete's sake. So he has strength, he has reach, okay? Then he also has intelligence, okay? Well, will that be enough? We don't know. So we have to keep all that in mind, but it's not enough. So he's going to need a few other things. Back to the lightning hands. Now, we can do the lightning hands because it was done before. And that's fine, because it's going to have to be a close quarter combat, because the atomic breath, if it keeps it at a distance, boy, that's going to be bad news, because Kong's going to have to close the distance on that, because Godzilla has the advantage. So one, you could have Kong have some rapid healing. He needs some regeneration. He has to have something. I mean, boost up his size, boost up his strength. He's already intelligent, boost up his intelligence, stuff like that. And he's going to need the lightning hands. Now, what I would do is in the fight, they can have two encounters. Okay, two encounters. One, I don't want it to be overshadowed. The movie is about Kong and Godzilla getting it on, right? So go ahead and have Kong. Strength is ridiculous. Also, his agility is ridiculous. He has to be able to dodge the atomic breath. Also, give him some healing. Like I said, he's going to have to be able to heal. That's going to help. Okay, he's going to have to be able to heal something. I don't know. Maybe from they get some of Ghidorah's DNA or something and inject it in Kong. I don't know, but I'm just saying he has to be able to heal, or else he's not going to make it in a fight. So what they need to do in the first encounter is that, Kong gets the snot beat out of him. Basically, Kong gets the snot beat out of him because he's smart and he figures things out. Their second encounter in the movie, then it can go to like a draw, and Kong can take Godzilla the distance and you go to a draw. That's what I think has to happen, and that's just the best way we can put it together, in my opinion. So his agility has to be ridiculous, have to be on 10. His strength has to be on 10, just something ungodly. His reach, his strategies, he can do things like that. He can use his environment. He has to be that dude. You have to increase his abilities, his special abilities. They have to be something spectacular. Kong has to be basically the smartest Titan that Godzilla has ever faced. That's what they have to do to make it interesting. If not, it's not going to be interesting. I mean, if you keep it as it is, Godzilla is like 200 feet taller than Kong. Okay, he's like 200 feet taller. He has atomic breath. It's hard to damage Godzilla. I mean, let's be for real. It's really hard to damage Godzilla. Whereas fire was harming Kong. Whereas bullets, even though he can take a lot of them, but bullets, they can certainly do some damage to Kong. Well, the helicopter blade, okay, damaged his hand. And you have to look at the fact that Godzilla, he's faced all sorts of opponents. He's faced opponents smaller than him. He's faced opponents that were his same size, and he faced opponents that were bigger than him. Okay, Biolente, King Ghidorah, so on and so forth. So he has some that were actually bigger. He's faced all types. But you need to make Kong one of the smartest Titans he has ever faced, one of the most agile and one of the strongest one. Now, again, when I say strength, I'm talking about raw strength, punching power, reach, grab, grip, all that stuff. Grappling, I'm talking about like that. I'm not talking about he's more powerful and he's bigger. No, he can be a little bit smaller than Godzilla, but I'm not talking about a lot. I'm talking about like 20 feet, at the most. Don't make it too crazy. But I think that's what it's going to take to really get us sold on the idea. Because if they make abilities and they're way out of bounds, I mean, like ridiculous, out of bounds, like he shoots, laser beams out his eyes, or all of a sudden, Kong can fly or something like that, we're not going to buy it. We're not going to buy it. Okay. But you have to give him something that we will buy. We will buy him being bigger, stronger, more agile, heck of a lot more intelligent. And we would even make the exception or excuse lightning hands. Okay, so he can have a charge. So his punches, he's, it's like a bioelectrical phenomenon. So we can probably make something happen with that. That's what I think. I think that they have to beef up Kong to make it a fight, to make it even interesting. That's my thoughts. But I want to know what you think. What do you think for the upcoming Kong versus Godzilla? What do they have to do to make this interesting? Those are my thoughts. Put yours down below. Don't forget to smash the notification bell, comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video, because this one is over.